Haiti, high land, land of high promise, of great possibilities. This is how one of the sisters of St. Margaret described Haiti in 1927. "A dreadful place," someone cries. "Who wants to go there?" Ah, that is because you have never been there. If you had, the fascination of the sea-girdled land with its waving palms, brilliant flowers, towering mountains, cloudless sky, and golden sunshine would be upon you too. And the people, they are the real lure rather than the sunny, flowering land. The Society of St. Margaret was founded as a nursing order in 1855 by the Reverend John Mason Neale to care for the poor and ill in the countryside in England. The sisters also taught and evangelized as there was opportunity. This work was so original and exciting that many were drawn to support and join the sisterhood. As the demand for the help of the sisters grew, daughter houses were established. In 1873, the Sisters of St. Margaret came to Boston to act as superintendents at Children's Hospital. Not limiting themselves to the work of nursing, the sisters established a school of embroidery, an altar bread department, and a parochial school in connection with the Church of the Advent. The sisters were asked to consider going to Haiti, and in 1927, Mother Susanna visited Haiti and promised that the sisters would come to work the next autumn. The sisters moved into their new convent on December 1st, 1928. Immediately, the work began to grow in earnest, and the sisters took charge of Holy Trinity School. In 1944, Sister Joan went to Haiti. There were many in Haiti with physical disabilities for whom nothing was being done, and it was to take care of them that Sister Joan opened La Crèche, a day nursery for the care of blind, deaf, and physically disabled children. Eventually, this work expanded and became St. Vincent's School for the Handicapped. Mother Anne Marie started a music program, and in 1958, the budding orchestra gave its first concert. By 1973, the Holy Trinity Orchestra went on tour in the United States and played all over the country. In the early 1960s, the United Thank Offering gave a grant to build a home for elderly women in Port-au-Prince, where 6 residents, lifelong members of the church, could remain as long as needed. As it was close to the parish church of Notre Dame, it was called the Foyer Notre Dame and was dedicated on April 29, 1962. This work continues today, and the sisters and staff care for each resident as though they were family. The sisters have long been advocates for education and have organized funding for children in Haiti to go to school. The Avancé Scholarship Program has supported children from elementary school and into high school and beyond. The sisters not only pay their school fees, they ensure the children in the program have food and school uniforms and also keep track of their academic progress. The earthquake that hit Haiti on January 12, 2010, has changed life in Haiti forever. The convent was destroyed, one building of the Foyer Notre Dame was badly damaged, and the other demolished. But in the midst of it all, the sisters continued their work running the Foyer Notre Dame and the Avancé Scholarship Program. Another recent earthquake provided a further opportunity for the sisters' mission, and money has been sent to help rebuild damaged homes and churches in the south of the country. Since 1928, the sisters have been in Haiti. Through hurricanes, earthquakes, political unrest, through illness and loss, in good times and in bad. They are still there. As the early sisters concluded in their letter, dare we turn away from those outstretched hands at our very gates? Hardships, difficulties, of course. Are they reasons for refusing to obey the call of the Lord? Are the people worth it? The Son of God laid down his life for them upon the cross. Are they not worth your life and mine?